welcome, folks. I'm standing in a busy street right near Sloane Square. Afraid I'm looking directly into the sun, but that's the direction I want to go. I'm heading down to Chelsea and Chelsea Embankment. I stop to pause and look at these magnificent buildings over here. And these buildings are very Kensington, I think. This red brick style. And if you don't know where Kensington is, it's in the western part of central London. Good grief, I waited there for which seemed like 10 minutes waiting for the lights to change. Thought they were never going to change. So if I can, I'll stop and see if we can get more views of the Royal Chelsea Hospital, which is on my right here, through the railings. Quite a magnificent building, I think. When I come here, I don't necessarily think of the soldiers. I think of the author Fanny Burney, whose father was a musicologist and who used to live here in the grounds of the hospital. Now, this part of London is a bit quieter, away from all the tourists. And I've just been in the restaurant in John Lewis's in Sloane Square, and I could hear mainly English accents. This is quite foreign to me as a Londoner, to hear London accents and English accents. The John Lewis restaurant, by the way, has one of the most underrated views across London. Well, across West London. So it's on the 6th floor. If you fancy eating next to a great view, I would thoroughly recommend it. Ahead of me is Battersea, and the two chimneys belong to the Power Station, which is now a shopping centre. Quite an iconic building in London for many years before it was revamped. We'll be heading towards Battersea, but we're going to do it in a bit of a loop. So I'm going to cross here, then head down that way, right along the Thames. Well, the sun's coming out, which is always nice. It was meant to be a cloudy, sometimes sunny day. Temperature is about 16 degrees. So it feels quite nice. Still got my jacket on, mind you. Now, we should have a better view of the Royal Hospital in a moment, well, from a distance anyway, but that's where I'm heading, over there towards Battersea Park, and then we'll carry on along that bank of the Thames. You just see some of the buildings from the hospital. See, there's very few people here, and I really get to have the walk pretty much to myself. It's quite nice. Well, apart from the traffic, apart from the planes overhead. But hey, can't have everything. So soon we will be crossing that bridge. Well, hopefully. And look at these beautiful trees. It certainly feels like a spring day. And London is so pretty. I'm going to draw your attention to the details at the top of some of these buildings. Aren't they magnificent? I'm a big fan of anything Egyptian. And being, as I am, a relative of Tutankhamun, this really appeals to me, and I'm going to take a moment, sit down and remove my jacket, because despite saying it wasn't warm enough to not have a jacket, it now is. So onwards and upwards, folks. I might nip across the road to show you something. Haven't made up my mind yet. And this road is called Cheyne Walk. And I don't know if you can see, but there's a blue plaque. And it says that George Eliot, the novelist, lived here. And if we scan a little bit left, we can see what a magnificent road it is. Now here we are slightly further along the same road, and I'm just panning right, and this house here was where Dante Gabriel Rossetti lived. I'll just move slightly to the left, and we can see the blue plaque there. How lovely. And let's carry on to the end now. This is the view looking back in the direction we've just come from. So we're just about to cross the river. Hopefully we'll get some good views on this side, looking east. So we're on the Albert Bridge. It's a lovely bridge. It really is one of the nicest bridges in London. Get the view back to where we started. Looking magnificent today. We're just entering Battersea Park. As you can see, we're in Wandsworth. And this park is away from the other London parks, such as Hyde Park, Regent's Park, St James and Green Park. It's still quite popular. There's a lot of green space in London and the locals make use of it. It's great to have it on our doorstep. There are those lovely buildings we passed earlier. Get a better view of them from over here. There's a lovely smell coming from around here. Maybe it's me. just checked my step count and I'm on about 7,000 so far. Not bad. Quite like to do double that if possible by the time I get home. We'll see how we go. Don't know what that was about. Possibly calling his friends. Or didn't like the look of me. Just coming up to Battersea Power Station here. I'll take some footage and then stop to have some refreshment. So I think I deserve it. Also need to charge my phone.
I would like to say me and Tom can want some sort of entertainment. It's all the aggression that's built up throughout the day.
What they've done here is quite magnificent, given what it looked like before. All this landscaping, all the sculptures, all the new shops coming in. Great for the local economy and for London's economy as a whole. I do like public art. I think there should be more of it in London. And this will be my first time inside since it's been refurbished. I'm quite excited to have a look. I think there's a lot of it. Oh, they've made great use of the space here. Well, it took me a while, but I finally found somewhere to sit and recharge. Not only myself, but my phone. So here we are again, heading towards the river, and we will rejoin the Thames footpath. I'm on the final stage of my journey now. I'll finish at Vauxhall, which is just opposite me. You can see those buildings with the green windows. That's where I'll finish. Unfortunately, I had to take a bit of a diversion. I couldn't rejoin the footpath because it was closed. So I had to walk through Nine Elms and then get back onto the footpath. And I'm almost at Vauxhall. Well, I finally made it. I hope you've enjoyed this journey with me, and I'll see you on the next video.